Like, welcome to the Three Finger Gauntlet podcast.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
You're getting a little us right there with your boom.
Da da da. Boom.
Yeah,
Boom. And welcome to episode 7.
Yay!
Da 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 da.
The Return of the Jedi.
Episode 7.
That reminded me of what you guys did in hashtag I am bad at this.
Oh my god.
I forget what the radio show was called, but the way you did it reminded me of that.
DJ. Yeah. That was fun. I heard she added that to her script afterwards.
Really?
The stuff that me and Sean were doing.
Yeah.
So like, she owes me money.
You know, it's interesting because it reminded me a lot of that Parks and Rec segment with
Yeah.
the obnoxious radio guys.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always wondering if maybe that was an inspiration or
A
something.
little bit. It was mostly based off of like just regular radio,
Mm-hmm.
like what people interpret as like a radio DJ would sound like,
Right.
just like wacky noises and whatnot.
But yeah, I thought everyone did a good job.
Susan Stanton, she's pretty hot. She's pretty gorgeous, huh? Like,
I've only seen like one picture of her in the play Bill.
Yeah.
But I don't think I met her in person, honestly.
she has like tiger eyes.
Tiger eyes.
Yeah, she's just lovely. It's the kind you take home. She's the one you take home.
Wow.
Also, she's like famous writer for HBO now. So
What?
yeah,
Well, she works for HBO?
yeah,
Does
she's
she
writing.
really?
She's writing for HBO now.
Dude, that's really awesome.
Yeah, she's like in. I
Dude,
think she's
that's
done.
so great.
She's done 2 projects for them already. So I think
Oh, good for her.
she's
Good job,
pretty
Susan.
in.
I found it.
Yeah,
I don't think
congratulations.
I've ever met you in person, but good job, Susan. If you
Mhm.
happen to stumble upon this, probably not.
Attractive personality too. Like not just her looks. She's like funny and like. Let's talk about some trailers.
Yes.
So 2 of them were in the movie.
Mhm.
Well, like they played before the movie, so
Mhm.
there's little. Did you
Yeah.
guys, did you guys
yeah.
think of that?
Uh,
It's like what is it like? It's like
It's
big.
like
It's like
reverse.
big.
It's a reverse big.
Reverse big.
wait. Oh, you're talking about Little. I'm sorry. I thought it was about Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Little.
13 going on 30. Was that?
Yeah.
What else-
13
what
bucks.
else-
that's a
what else?
reversed.
What else age things? Oh, what is the one with
No, I don't think. we
Zac
had-
Efron? What was that?
Oh God,
Oh,
17 again.
17 again. It's
again.
kind of similar.
So similar. And then
This
is
is
there
like-
any more like that? Like
I'm not sure.
being young again?
Oh, there was the TV movie 17 Again with the Tamara Mowry sisters.
that's-
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Long time ago.
Yeah.
It came out in the 90s.
Yeah, that was Disney
It
Channel.
was also called
originally.
17 Again too, as well, like
Oh.
the movie.
That was a Disney Channel thing, right? Disney Channel.
I
movie?
actually really liked 17 again. I thought Zac Efron did an excellent job of acting like Matthew Perry. And like what's his name, the friend from Reno?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He was hilarious.
I
He was
just
good.
think of that friend as the Doctor in The Dark Knight Rises, because it's such a small part.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, this guy did dirty, man.
I don't remember him in The Dark Knight Rises.
He had like he was on screen for 12 seconds, like 12 seconds, telling Bruce Wayne that he can't mountain climb, and then he leaves the movie.
Yeah. Okay, I remember now.
It was like, oh man, this actor did dirty. Wasn't he just in a major motion picture? What happened?
So thoughts on Little? What would you guys think?
I thought it was
Looks
great.
fun. Looks fun.
I liked it.
Nothing I'd
Uh,
pay for, but
Yeah.
I'd Redbox that.
I
If I didn't have anything else to do, I would Redbox that.
I'd go see it because it has Regina Hall. I haven't seen her in a lot of things, besides
Nah.
Scary Movie.
And then what's her name is in it too from the HBO show?
Oh yeah,
What's the show called?
Insecure.
Insecure. Yeah, she's good in that. I just never got into that show.
And
But
then I think the
it's-
little girl's from Blackish.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But she's the
ABC?
youngest. She's the youngest executive producer in Hollywood right now because she
Nice.
executive produced that movie. And
No,
I
that's
think she
actually
wrote it
really
too,
cool.
so
That is
that's her idea.
man, good for her, man.
yeah,
She's
seriously,
just
that's
doing the damn
amazing.
thing.
That's
like,
what you do. Yeah? You make
yeah.
your own content if you can't.
Mhm.
how old is she? Like
She looks like
12,
13.
13?
She has to be under.
I don't think she's
Yeah,
over.
man, she's producing her own
17.
movies already. What's the end game for her? She's just gonna be like the next Spielberg,
Oh God.
you know? Like
You know, this movie looks like a film that I'd watch it with a bunch of my friends, and we'd be drinking and eating fried chicken. And oh no! I didn't mean it like that. Oh my god.
What?
Racist.
Oh, never mind.
Racist.
No, because that's what
Why is it fried chicken? Are you
No,
eating,
because me and
are
my
you eating
friend,
watermelon?
Like,
Huh?
I was.
every time my
Randall?
Wait, are we
friends and I
keeping this
hang
in the
out-
podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, because
I was laughing at her age. She's 14.
Oh, that's what you're laughing.
I wasn't
at.
laughing
I
at
thought
the
you were laughing
chicken.
at what I said,
No.
and then it made me realize that it.
Tell me more about the food, Randall.
Okay,
my God.
No,
Are you
because
eating
every time I hang out
collard
with my
greens?
friends and we like get drunk or sleep over, we end up eating. We always order fried chicken, pizza, and pad thai. But the fried chicken is the
That's
first
diverse
thing
enough.
to go. It's the first thing that we all grind out on.
Yeah.
So that's why I said fried chicken. It
Okay.
wasn't. Okay. Yeah, it came out really bad.
Yeah,
I'm being honest.
Randall.
That didn't even occur to me.
I was laughing at her. I was laughing. I was scoffing because
Well-
she's 14 and executive producer producing
So
movies
you
in
left
Hollywood.
at the wrong time.
To quote Dave Chappelle, everybody loves fried chicken.
Oh,
Oh,
so,
hell, fucking
yeah,
yes.
so it's not racist. You're fine.
If anyone's seen our picture, they should know that we're not
Yeah.
all white. So I mean, it's.
So is it fine if you're just not white?
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest
Yeah, yeah.
like.
Hey, you know what?
controversy, right?
I'm light skinned, but I ain't white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you?
I'm a mixture of lots of things.
Oh, okay.
Hawaiian,
Hawaiian,
Spanish,
Spanish.
Filipino,
You have an interesting like.
Portuguese.
You're like a mix. Like
Yeah.
you're like a mixed person.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I can't. No one can really tell what I am.
Yeah.
I'm just. I have a hole in my family somewhere along. you know?
Nice.
That's
Like-
what it usually is.
Like I'm Asian, but I look Asian. I don't look like anything else. Like Randall, you look kind of mixed something too.
Yeah, if I boil it down to it, the two primary things are Filipino white.
Yeah.
Mm.
If I really just want to like be.
So where did your
blunt
your
about it.
Polynesian brother come from?
Okay, honestly, okay, I don't.
You guys
I
are
love you,
Hawaiian
Isaac.
too.
So for people who don't know, my little brother did the mouth swab DNA test thing, and it turns out that I forget what percentage it was, but he's a certain percentage of Polynesian, but we don't know what the Polynesian is.
Yeah. There's only one
And-
Polynesian.
Yeah, and I
From
didn't even know
Polynesia.
we had that, so I was like,
Somebody,
okay.
somebody drifted away.
Yeah, I know
from
exactly.
Does
sampled-
anyone in your family have hair like that though, or does he do some?
My mom.
Yeah,
My
there
mom
you
has
go.
the
It's
hair.
the
like
Hawaiian
that.
So your
hair.
mom is probably somewhere in the Hawaiian around there.
You know, the funny thing is when he was going through the testing or the results or whatever, it turned out that the Polynesian supposedly is from my dad. And you take one look at my dad, he don't look at period. It's
Yeah.
like, huh? Where did it come from, man?
Did you know that DNA thing got a woman's father arrested for murder?
Really?
Yeah, I was like, he killed somebody. He killed like one person back in the 70s, but it was a cold case.
Yeah.
And then I guess by doing her DNA swab, they found out she was related to the killer because they had DNA samples. Yeah,
Oh,
got her dad caught for murder.
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Thought he got away with it. Started a family.
Ooh.
Bangles.
That sucks.
Murder.
Dang,
Yep.
man. Wow. So it has its uses.
Mhm, yeah. So I guess there's no murderers in your family.
Like I guess. I hope not.
I don't think I'd want to do it.
That's
I
like
feel like
Eli Roth did that thing where he did a blood test to see what percentage of psycho serial killer he is, and he had a few. He had something in there,
yeah.
Wow.
and it goes to show he does horror movies, so it kind of makes sense.
Gross
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
I feel like I got some murderers in my family. I don't want a DNA test. I don't want to know.
Japanese soldiers, man.
What are you saying?
Like warriors.
Racist.
No, warriors.
Chicken and come
No.
on. You going from fried chickens, Japanese soldiers.
First the African nations,
No, that's not
and
what I
then
was
and then
going
You're
for.
gonna
my
reamed.
the Nippon, my people.
Randall's gonna edit this and he's gonna go, should we not put
No,
this
I
in
know.
here?
That's most likely what's gonna happen.
I don't think we should put this
No,
in
it's
here.
funny. Keep it in. It's funny. Keep it in.
Okay.
And then one day when you're directing Guardians of the Galaxy 15,
Someone's gonna come up. He's like,
Do you remember when he said
racist
about fried
comments.
chicken?
I was like, well, how do they find this crap? Okay, so
So little.
I'd pay money
looks
to see
okay.
it.
Looks okay.
I'm a Regina Hall fan, so
Yeah.
little to me it looks very cliched, and I've seen too many movies like it.
What's that last movie with Kevin Hart and Bryan Cranston?
that's
Oh.
The Upside.
It's like one
Yeah.
of those movies where it's like,
Yeah.
If it's on USA, I'll watch it, or
Yeah,
TBS.
yeah. I wouldn't spend a dime on it.
Yeah.
I would have to watch it really intoxicated. Oh my god.
You know, I hate when people are comparing it to Big because I understand it's a de-aging or getting older, that type of situation, but I don't see it as that. I mean, because Big he grew up and it was a whole different story.
Yeah.
I think this one's gonna be interesting,
I
and you
think-
have the character that I forgot her name, the older character that I think is gonna play back and forth with the little girl. Tom Hanks didn't have that. He was getting molested by that old lady. That's all I remember of that movie.
I think I'd only watch it for that classroom scene when she's like,
Oh god.
she's hitting on the teacher.
Oh my god.
That was good.
That was pretty funny.
That was a good bit. Let's talk about Ma.
Yeah.
This one looks good. I'm excited for this one. Nice suspense.
She creeps me out,
Yeah.
but she's such a good. I love
She has those
her.
bug eyes that
Yeah.
are just like look good on her face, but would not look good on anybody else's.
Like if I could cast her in a movie, I would because
Yeah.
she's such an amazing
She
actress.
has presence.
Yeah,
She's got presence with her.
because you can't tell. Like when you watch it, you don't know. You can. I took away as like, oh, is she getting revenge on
Yeah.
her classmates' kids or something? Or
Yeah, what is her character? So she's like single,
Yeah.
never married, and she doesn't like her classmates.
but
I
it gives
guess.
the younger generation a bad rep about you're gonna go to some random lady's basement
Oh,
to
yeah.
drink and party.
You haven't done that in high school? I used to go to weird places and
What?
drink, man.
Over your
No,
neighbors.
Kapolei was the party ended in 10 minutes, so they never.
Under the bridge at Pro Ridge,
Oh my god.
What?
Wow.
strange houses.
Oh, God.
Jesus. On the topic of Ma, okay, so I like Octavia
Octavia.
Spencer as an actress quite a
Yeah.
bit, but she's one of those people that, to me, play the same characters over and over again. Not saying that she's bad at acting, because she's obviously not. She's very, very, just talented and great. But I see the same character in almost every film that I've seen her in.
I have a friend who thinks that way about Tom Hanks.
Really?
Tom Hanks, yeah.
That
Oh,
he's
wow.
always the same character.
He kind of,
Oh, that's
if you kind
interesting.
of look at it, he kind of is, sort of. It's kind of like Keanu Reeves.
I think it's like Tom Hanks' style, though. He just has this
Yeah.
style, and it just fits in all these movies.
What?
Mm.
What?
Yeah.
He has that,
The trademark Tom Hanks yell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Ma looks kind of
Not gonna watch
it
it?
intrigues me. It intrigues me, but
I guess it's something different. We've been getting so many rehashes of everything.
It's an original story.
It's
That's-
original. I
yeah.
think it's original. I don't remember ever seeing a I don't see this unless it. Unless this is like the black version of what's that movie that's coming out with Chloe Moretz?
I didn't watch that one.
which one is this?
I don't know, some chick. It's the same synopsis
Yeah.
where it's like a weird lady, and that's the kind of thing. But
Mm.
I haven't seen this type of storyline yet. If I can recall back in my brain, but I'm excited because I think it's original. I haven't seen anything of it yet, so. And I like Octavia Spencer too.
Yeah.
So. And then they got what's his name from Lord of the Rings? I forgot his name. The gay guy,
Gay guy.
Gay guy,
Luke
which one?
Evans. They got Luke Evans in it.
Luke
He's
Evans.
gay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know
Oh,
that.
man.
And
Yeah.
then
Sorry, ladies. Feel bad for you. He's
and then
handsome guy.
what's her name?
He is
That
very
one actress that's in all these movies, but I never, she has one of those names that you can never remember.
Was it Chastain? No.
No,
Jessica Chastain.
that was the
Do
other
you?
movie.
I was just I was thinking about watching Molly's Game the other night, but then I decided not to because
Oh yeah.
I don't know, something about her face I don't like.
Juliette Lewis,
I love Julia.
Oh,
She's in
yeah,
it. Missy Pyle's in it.
Natural Born Killers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
That was a good one.
so
Yeah. I mean, if I do go see it, it'll be if my friends invite me to go see it,
Yeah.
and I would just add it
At
to
the $8
another
theater.
movie that I've seen that I can rate and everything.
Yeah, I don't think I'd go out of my way to watch that
Yeah.
one.
as long as it's, and I know I always complain about this how we're handed to things, but after seeing Us, I'm hoping it's handed to you later in the podcast when we talk about Us. I hope it's given to the audience on a fucking silver platter instead of having us go, what the fuck are we watching?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see Little, and I'm excited to see Ma.
Let's talk about Mary Magdalene. We just watched this trailer.
It looks like
What?
it looks heavy on Oscar bait.
I can't.
Yeah, it's Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen him do a bad job ever.
No, he's a fantastic.
I'm gonna step
actor.
away because I don't have anything that's good to say.
Well,
It just looks
Great
like Oscar
actor.
bait to me. It looks like it's trying really, really hard.
and then got Rooney Mara on the up.
Oh, on the smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, so she's in the trying to change her past, I guess. You know, girl with the dragon tattoo kind of gave her like this dirty reputation, I
Yeah.
think, in a sexy way. Oh man, she did all the right things for me in that movie. She just
Really?
she was sexy without trying to be sexy in that movie.
Mhm.
Like that was great
I
stuff.
gotta rewatch it. I have to refresh my memory on the tattoo series.
I'm sad she didn't reprise her role for the still second one that came out recently.
Claire Foy played that.
Can't
Claire
remember.
Foy, yeah.
Oh.
Claire Foy is great, but Rooney Mara just killed
Yeah,
Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
they screwed that one up.
Yeah.
They David Fincher, right?
Yeah, he wanted
yeah,
to.
David-
He wanted to do
sequel,
all
but
of
they-
them. Yeah.
They waited too long.
I gotta rewatch it.
This is like that. What's his name? The Bond.
Oh, Daniel Craig,
Daniel Craig,
No.
the director.
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
They waited too
Oh.
long. He was supposed to be in GoldenEye, and he said, "No, you guys, it's been 5 years. I
Yeah.
don't want to do it anymore."
Right.
So that's when we got Pierce Brosnan.
Man, Timothy Dalton is a fantastic actor too, man.
Everyone gives me weird looks when I say he's my favorite Bond.
He's good.
I don't think that's too far to believe to say. I mean, I think he's good.
He's top 3. I don't know if
You know, like to me,
Daniel Craig would probably be number 2, and then number 1 has to be Sean Connery. He's just the original.
I think Sean Connery and Daniel Craig, they brought two different things to the table. Like Sean
Yeah.
Connery brought a very classic, a 1950s male masculinity to the role, and Daniel Craig, he brought this grit and this almost like a street fighter kind of attitude to the role, where he eventually evolves into this more sophisticated character.
Well, while we're at it, who's your favorite Bond girl?
Eva Green.
Eva Green. Oh,
Green,
she's top tier. Tatiana would probably be my. Yeah, maybe number 2. Eva Green's so good,
Yeah.
but Tatiana from Russia with Love is just she's a smoke show.
Yeah.
She had to get dubbed in that movie because her accent was too strong.
Really?
Really?
So that's not even her voice.
Why would they do
Wow.
that?
Because I guess
She's Russian.
she's-
From Russia
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You
she
know,
might have been too.
She's the most hated Bond girl, but I like Denise Richards as Christmas Jones.
Her eyebrows just kind of doesn't do it.
She's
for me,
I think
man.
she's the most hated Bond girl. But you know what? You know who's? Yep.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna try to transition into us because it's like, you know who's gonna be the next Bond girl?
Oh, that's right.
Lupita,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know how to say her
Oh,
last name.
Oh, I can say it because I did research before. I
Oh,
came
good.
here.
I'm just gonna
Lupita
refer to her as
Nyong'o, right, or
Lupita.
something?
No. We'll wait till we start talking. We got another trailer we got to talk about.
We do?
Quentin Tarantino's 9th movie, Once Upon a
Oh,
Time in
okay.
Hollywood, with a really good looking Bruce Lee. I was
Dude,
tricked.
okay. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but everyone's talking about how good Leo and Brad Pitt are in the
They got good
trailer.
chemistry from
I
the
hope
trailer.
they're
Yeah,
in
but
terrible
that
movie.
Bruce Lee impersonation
Yeah.
is so good. It's so amazing. How is no one talking about it?
My hands are registered weapons.
I think. I don't know. I don't know why no one's talking about it because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Wait, the movie's about the Black Dahlia, right?
No, it's about the Manson murders.
Yeah.
Oh, the Manson
that's what-
murders. Okay,
yeah.
correct.
That was that little issue that I had with our Instagram. I accidentally was
Yeah.
posting stories in ours instead of mine. But
Yeah, whatever.
we're getting 3 different Manson movies, and I think that's why. So Once Upon a Time is going to revolve around the Manson movies or Manson murders, but I don't think it's going to be the sole storyline.
Because Quentin, he just
Yeah, he's gonna
the
make
man.
it. It's gonna be a Pulp Fiction with Manson murders in it. Because if you watch a trailer, you see Charles Manson right there with Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
You think this movie's gonna win a bunch of Oscars?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
You don't think so?
Nope.
I think it depends on how.
You know why
well
they're
it
not gonna
is
win?
and How well good.
Harvey fucking Weinstein is why.
But
Oh,
he
yeah.
severed ties though.
It's still the same thing. Tarantino's
Bad taste.
they've got some bad taste in his
yeah,
mouth
yeah.
because of that, and I don't think the Academy is gonna attempt to.
Yeah.
I might.
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
prove me wrong. Take it with a grain of salt.
Is it
but
still under Are they still under Miramax?
I think so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
jeez.
Miramax is owned by a different company now.
Yeah. So, well, good, fresh start. He only, Quentin only plans on making 10 movies,
That's what I heard. Yeah,
which makes me really sad.
I heard about that. I think when
It's like-
Django
That's
came
crazy.
He's like the best.
He's been doing movies for so long
He's
already.
he's like top 10.
You would think he's been doing a lot, but he's only done 9.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he's definitely one of my most anticipated directors,
Mhm.
and he has such a style and such a passion for what he does that I don't like. I can name a movie that I don't like from Quentin Tarantino, which is Death Proof. I think
Yeah.
that's his worst one.
Ooh,
But
it's
even
still
then-
good though.
Yeah, but even then, he like there are moments where it's like it's really great.
Yeah.
Even though the movie itself isn't great in my opinion.
I was thinking about watching it the other day
Death Proof.
because I enjoyed it. It's not top tier like
Yeah.
the rest of his movies.
Yeah.
Like, what would you think is his worst movie besides Death Proof?
His worst movie? Oh my gosh.
The one where they're stuck in the snow.
Oh, Hateful Eight.
No,
You know, like
Hateful Eight is
Eight?
brilliant. What are you talking about? That one's fantastic.
I personally liked Hateful Eight as well. I thought it was
Jeez.
really good.
And
We'll,
Django.
we'll save this for later. This will be a
Hey.
different.
Yeah, we need to have another
You know-
conversation where we just talk about
But damn, I love Quentin Tarantino.
I just want to say one thing. After seeing Death Proof, every time I see someone's dumbass feet on the frickin' dashboard,
Think
Oh.
about them like
Yeah.
it's like say
destroyed.
But
What happened in that scene? Her knee went into her head.
her knee went into her head.
Yeah.
And then, then the other chick's leg got chopped off because it was outside the window.
Yeah, I think that too. Thank you, Quentin, for that.
Yeah.
But I am excited for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It looks like it's gonna be really well acted. The
Chemistry
dialogue-
looks good.
The chemistry looks good.
I don't know what Margot Robbie's doing.
He-
She was just in that one scene. where
Sharon
she's
Tate.
dancing.
Sharon
Oh, she's
Tate.
Sharon Tate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Eeeh.
So you have Hilary Duff in
She's
that.
she's in the movie?
No. She's playing Sharon Tate in the Haunting of Sharon Tate, where she has like
Oh, God.
nightmares of her murders, and you
Oh.
have Margot Robbie playing.
Nobody's gonna watch Hilary Duff.
No.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
But then you have Margot Robbie. It's like, whoa. I'm actually really excited to see her.
I was so surprised that she's so good. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
after
yeah.
like Suicide Squad, that was her like big break in Hollywood. But like all her other movies is like, damn, she's good.
she's
You hear the
still-
girl,
she
the
can-
scuff.
She can
She-
act.
I
thought
Tanya.
I Tanya, I was like, oh my god, she is fantastic.
Suicide Squad kind of lessened her in my eyes, but her performance in Wolf of Wall Street is still
Yeah,
amazing.
top tier.
Yeah.
She did
You
a good
know-
job in Suicide Squad. It's just everything else sucked.
I think she
her-
was given bad material. No
Her character was
direction.
good.
She was a good character.
Her character. was-
She was a 9-year-old girl in
That's
a
the character.
20-year-old's body.
That's the character.
that's Harley.
that's
Quinn.
Harley
I
Quinn.
feel like there's a smarter way to go about Harley
What you
Quinn.
doing, Mr. J?
part of Harley Quinn's power is that
Is-
she throws you off by playing that she's dumb, but she's really smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the way that she's written and the way that she was performed, she was nothing but dumb.
No, she wasn't. She was
Well-
manipulating everybody.
Maybe
How
your
so? In what
opinion will
scene?
change when James Gunn
She was
directs
getting
the
everybody
reboot.
to do what she wanted.
When?
You gotta rewatch it.
You gotta
I don't
rewatch the
think
movie,
so.
man.
You know, I'm it's a hot take on Randall, but I think you get angry and you stay angry.
Yeah. Calm your titties.
You gotta calm down and like be like, okay, let's read.
How about we just wait for the reboot to come out and then you'll have your opinion again?
I feel like James Gunn will do a better job.
Well, he's not doing it anymore.
Oh,
'cause
that's
he's
right.
doing
Okay, never
Guardians
mind.
3.
Well, they had their chance.
No. He's doing it.
He's still doing it
Yeah, so what they're
Wow.
doing, they're going to wait.
until after Guardians 3.
No, Marvel's going to wait for him to finish Suicide Squad, and then they're going to do Guardians.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So Guardians 3 is going to be in Phase 4.
Oh man, that's gonna be so good. And Suicide Squad is gonna be so good. Ooh.
Unless something down the line where they decide, they leave on creative differences, but whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel like Will Smith didn't fit in that movie. I think Idris is taking his place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you get killed off in a Marvel movie, you're going to go over to DC and make more
Yeah.
money.
James Gunn is just so good at making terrible characters like lovable. Like, I didn't give a crap about Guardians, and then
Yeah, he's
their
succeeded.
their characters are more important to me now than all of the Avengers.
No, James
Any
Gunn's
of them.
Yeah, he succeeded in making the Guardians movies very, very likable.
Yeah.
To myself included, you know.
And
You
the
wanna-
Russo brothers screwed it up by making that
Oh.
forced the love story between Gamora and Quill.
You know,
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it just too fast. They're taking
Yeah.
their time with that one.
I felt like it was a appropriate time to bring it for them to kiss finally.
I don't know, and then they just kind of ruined her character.
you know what's funny, though? this whole scandal with Guardians when Dave Bautista,
Dude, he's the man.
when he stopped talking about it,
Yeah.
then I knew something was going wrong. Like I knew there he was gonna go back because after he stopped bitching about how they fucked up and everything.
That's a friend you want to have. He like
Oh, yeah.
drew the line in the sand. Is like
The moment where he stopped tweeting about it was when I knew something he was gonna go back.
yeah. But he's like, I'm backing up my friend till the end. I was like, damn, it's a good dude.
Yeah, no.
Like
Dave
I said,
Bautista's
people
awesome.
of America, we gotta stop digging in other people's pasts.
World's best
Yeah.
Filipino.
Like Randall's Fried Chicken.
Randall's fried chicken. Jesus.
I don't know. I'm not really excited for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But maybe if I see another trailer, maybe I might get excited. Because it was just a montage. There wasn't really a story.
Yeah, just kind of
It's one of those-
a teaser. It's getting
yeah.
you excited.
I don't know what the story is, which is cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not a fan of Brad Pitt. So,
Oh wow.
What?
yeah.
Wow.
Why not?
Everybody, if you see the look on Brandon's face right
Dude,
now, just like,
Brad-
he's going to beat me with this mic.
No, you know.
Brad Pitt was like the best part of
You
12
know-
Years a Slave, I think.
What?
Yeah, that scene where he's just building the house and he's just like
You know,
being helped.
he ruined World War Z
Cool
for me,
carpenter
so I just... Maybe it's just a persona. Just the Brad Pitt name itself.
You didn't like him in Troy?
No.
You didn't like him in Snatch?
You know, well, it's very interesting what
You
you
didn't like him in
say.
Fight Club? You didn't
I
like
like the
him in
ending of Fight Club.
Interview with a Vampire?
Oh God.
These are all like
He was such a
classics.
whiny bitch in that movie.
These are all my sweet Louie. These are all classics, man. You don't like Brad Pitt?
No.
Inglorious Bastards?
You know, well, it's very interesting that you say that because I like Brad Pitt when he has a character to work with, and then like his character in World War Z, like
was
where he-
horrible.
where he plays just
It was
Brad
a
Pitt
zombie
with a
movie
gun.
with long-haired Brad Pitt who didn't
Yeah.
shave for a month.
Yeah, no, see, I agree with you absolutely.
I think that's what it was. It if they had an unknown, maybe, but I don't
Every actor has a money grab movie, and World War Z was just
know.
a quick way for
It
him to
was a
make money.
grab.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I agree with
it
that.
didn't
yeah.
have to be complicated. It's just kind of a fun action zombie movie. He didn't
Yeah.
have to like do months of research, you know?
Well, maybe the banter between Caprio and Pitt will change my mind.
that's gonna be fun.
I think Brad Pitt will be good because he will have a character to work with, and that's when I like Brad Pitt the most.
Yeah.
Is when he has a character that's really well written, like Tyler Durden or the character he played in Burn Upon Reading or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the trainer guy.
Yeah, like when he has
Oh.
characters like that, then he's really, really good. And I think with a Quentin
Karen?
Tarantino character, Brad Pitt will be really good again in this role. But that's what I think.
My favorite death scene. Spoilers.
In the closet?
Yeah, that closet death scene.
Oh God, yeah.
So good. Classic.
Threw me off. Threw
I
me
didn't
off,
know I was
though.
gonna like that movie when I watched it,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god, this is like really fun. But anyway, let's get right back. Let's get into us.
We're gonna talk about us now.
Let's talk about
Yes.
us. So us at this moment has a box office of $94 million.
Wow.
Well, it's 93.975, but I just round that up.
Is that a low though? Because I know they were saying that it was gonna be $100 million
It's right about 100 mil.
opening weekend.
I think opening weekend.
It'll like word of
Was it
mouth
opening
is gonna
weekend?
get
Yeah,
out,
weekend.
and we'll see what this. I don't think there's gonna be a big drop off. It'll probably be I don't know, maybe less than half.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna make enough money.
Mhm.
Jeez, I didn't look up how much it cost to make.
20 million.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
20
you're good.
Yeah, they already made back more than half of that budget, so they're set.
Wow. In
Yeah.
one day, because when I looked yesterday, when we saw it yesterday, it was 70 million.
People are watching it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
Did you
I-
know that
I
M. Night
recommend
Shyamalan completely funded Glass?
it. I heard about that. Yeah.
Wow.
So all that money went back to him.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's also kind of sad, all things considering.
Yeah, could have been better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think.
directed by Jordan Peele.
Yep.
Yeah.
He has an Oscar for his screenplay for Get Out.
Get Out.
And I did not know that he's a producer for Black Klansman. So
Yep.
Oh, really?
that thing got
I
nominated.
didn't know that either. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's pronounce her name now. So it's Lupita Nyong'o.
Lupita
Lupita
Nyong'o.
Nyong'o?
Yeah,
Okay,
the-
that's not
The
that
N
difficult
and
to
the
say.
G are silent.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Nyong'o. Okay.
Bond 25. Bond
She's the-
25.
And she's the lead, playing Adelaide Winston.
Yep.
And Red.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Star Wars. She plays Maz.
Oh my god.
And
What? You really book up that character for her?
Oh, I'm just doing her last stuff. And Nakia
Yeah.
from Black Panther.
Yeah.
And she has her Oscar win playing Patsy from 12 Years a Slave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She is a Yale grad, born in Mexico. Her father is a Kenyan senator. And she's the first Kenyan African-born to win an Oscar.
Wow.
It's pretty
for
cool.
Actress in a supporting role.
She is an amazing actress.
Really good.
Like she blows my mind. Not in every single role, because I think some characters that she plays is a little bland. But when she has a really good character,
Yeah.
dude, you can guarantee she will give a standout performance, and she's great.
2014 Most Beautiful Woman, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, awesome.
She's very attractive, I think.
She has a very nice face. Yeah, definitely.
But man, that scene when she they're sitting in the living room and she does that weird voice. Oh man, haunts me still.
So
Dude, I was so creeped out.
She based that off of Robert F. Kennedy, the way I guess he spoke.
Really?
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, what do you think about Lupita in this movie? I think she did a good job. I wouldn't say she stole the movie because I think Elizabeth Moss did. She kind of crept up and did some damage in her little bit part. But she was strong. Her two different characters were like, ooh, so original. Well, the other one, Red.
Yeah. See, Lupita Nyong'o, to me, I mean, like, for me, she did steal the show. Like, to me, she was the strongest actor there, and she conveyed so much. And if you watch it a second time, which I have not, but thinking about the movie, you can tell the little details that she put into her performance.
Am I the only one that saw it twice?
Out.
I only watched it once.
Okay, I saw it twice.
I thought about it after I left, so that kind of counted, I guess.
I think she did a really great job.
Did you notice anything watching it the second time?
I did. I
Like
noticed
big stuff?
a lot of things that
Her mannerisms?
her mannerisms, and I didn't catch on to a lot of the little things, like the spider. I caught on to the spider. Now I understood what that meant, and just the overall. I guess spoiler alert, right? I mean, if you haven't seen the movie,
we're breaking
Okay,
it down. So by now,
I mean, you know the twist ending.
Yeah.
So when I saw it the first time,
When did you see it coming?
I saw it coming. I got a hint of something when she was in the room the first time before the family shows up. I got a hint of something where she's like, "Someone's following me," and then when I saw it a second time around, when I saw that scene again, it like clicked. I was like, "Oh, so does she remember? Does she know that she kidnapped this person's life?" And now she's just been living with guilt this whole time.
I don't think she was guilty. I don't think she had any guilt.
No.
Like, she escaped.
And I like the spider thing.
I knew when she enjoyed killing that girl too much. I was like, ooh.
That was the first hint of it as well for me. Although for me, I saw it coming just because of what the premise was, and I was kind of praying that it wouldn't go in that twist direction.
Yeah.
But as you think about the twist more and more, you realize how messed up everything really is. Like, as I think about Lupita's performance and the monologue with the shadow, and
The shadows, by the way, when they're walking on the beach, that was such a great
shot.
That was such a great shot too with the shadows. You can tell that there was.
Are they called shadows, or I thought it starts with a T?
Oh, tethered. They're
Tethered.
tethered.
The tethered.
You pick up on little traits. So when I saw it a second time, like how they were sitting at the dinner table, and everyone else was eating like fried chicken and
She was
fast
eating
food.
strawberries.
She was eating red strawberries.
Yeah.
Do you want vodka? No, I got water.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was maybe their diet underground or something like that.
We'll talk about that later because I got stuff to talk about bunnies.
Oh God.
But yeah, I mean,
disgusting.
like I said, watching it a second time, you notice these little things in Lupita's performance, and in some ways the twist doesn't work, and sometimes it does.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Because you don't want to give it all away.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it all rests in Lupita's performance because like she did the shadow monologue. Like when I first watched it, I was so disturbed and creeped out.
Yeah.
But as I think about it, my heart breaks for that character, and I don't know. It's like I said, the twist works sometimes and it doesn't. It kind of depends on how you look at it.
I caught on to the twist when she started speaking, because she was the only tethered that could speak.
Yeah.
Right.
So now that's when I went, this bitch. Oh my god.
Yeah.
She really did. Like, and then when they did the whole reveal of like, you know, in the maze, and she took the life out of it. So I knew it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about Winston Duke. He plays Gabe Wilson.
Oh,
and
he's funny.
Abraham.
He's funny. He's hilarious.
You know what's funny?
He's M'Baku from
The-
Black Panther.
Yep.
Wait.
Yep.
And his first acting role was in SVU in 2014, so he hasn't been really
Wow.
like
He hasn't been around that
on
long.
screen for very long.
He's very natural.
Yeah.
And
He's
he
very
went.
good.
He actually went to Yale with Lupita.
Wow.
They studied together and talked about possibly doing a Marvel movie one day. And
Dude, that's so insane.
And look
Black
what
Panther.
happened.
Also, he's 6'5".
Oh,
He's
that's
a giant.
Dude.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he's huge.
Did you like him?
I liked him. You know what's funny? You see both Lupita and Winston, and you wouldn't think that they're the type of character that would kind of take on, that could carry a movie like this. And
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they are normal, average people.
I forgot he was M'Baku.
Yeah.
It seemed like a different
yeah.
person.
No, I was tripping when I like.
He's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
They
I
have
thought-
really
I
good
thought
chemistry.
I thought the comedy was a little bit like misplaced though.
I agree.
Like
I
sometimes
agree
I
with
was like, oh, it's not time for comedy right now.
that. Yeah.
They're like trying to get away and stuff, man. But
Yeah.
but he was funny. Like
Yeah.
I laughed.
Yeah. I feel like that's the big difference because I feel like Get Out had a good control on comedy and horror, and Jordan Peele tried to replicate that sometimes in Us, but he wasn't doing it as seamless as he was doing it.
It should have
in
been more
Get Out.
serious, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And that's one gripe I had with this. I did feel that the comedy was kind of like coming out of nowhere. Like, what the heck is going on right now?
Yeah.
Like once the action started, I feel like funny needed to go out the window.
Yeah.
Maybe like here and there, but it was just being like
Right.
every like 5 minutes something funny was happening.
Yeah.
I took it as it's natural, I guess. Especially if you're in a situation like that and that type of person, I like his personality. I could see because when he's
I
like,
don't know, man. Would you
if
be
you
funny?
want me to get crazy, we can get crazy. He goes out there with this macho voice, but the character's not a macho man. He's a normal.
That's where it should have ended though. Like
Yeah.
after like people started dying, like
Yeah. That's what I think.
how
too.
can you joke around, man?
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're truly twisted.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still
Yeah.
thinking about the movie. It is misplaced. The humor is misplaced, but I think it doesn't stick out as. Get Out was such a complex type of storyline that,
Oh, shout out to the intro, the monkey paw intro, where they like did the Get Out thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's what. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, I didn't even realize that until just now, until you said it. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
I was like, that. Ooh, nice.
I
That's
love
funny.
that transition from the '80s to present day with Janelle Monáe's song, and that gave that whole vibe for the movie, for the rest of the movie. That's what I took away from that part.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Elizabeth Moss, the great Elizabeth Moss.
Such a short
Playing
time on screen, but
Kitty,
man,
Kitty Tyler, Dahlia, two-time Golden Globe winner for *Handmaid's Tale* and *The Lady*, or *Top of the Lake*. And I did not know this. She is a lifelong Scientologist.
Oh,
Hope
wow.
that doesn't change your.
and my view has changed. The end.
But
I
you
was
know,
kidding.
she's a great Peggy Olsen. Like I was an early Mad Men fan, so
Yeah.
like when people started hyping her up, I was like, yeah, she's been great the whole time.
Yeah.
And then just killing it with *Handmaid's Tale* now.
You know, I actually read that book, but I did not watch the series. And according to what I've read about the series, is that season 1 is technically the whole book, and season 2 is original works from the writers, I guess.
Interesting.
But yeah, because when I read the book, I'm like, oh, that's where it ends. And then I read the synopsis online. I'm like, oh, so season 1 is the book, and I guess they continued on with whatever.
How was that scene when she was putting the lip gloss on though, as Dahlia, as the tethered?
Oh, that was great.
Wasn't that just like fantastic?
Yeah, I love the part where I think the moment that Elizabeth Moss convinced me that she was giving a really fantastic performance was when she tries to scream.
Yeah.
That was the moment I'm like, oh, that's effective as hell.
I wish she did slasher films like early in her career, so that
Yeah.
we'd have something to look back on.
Right.
But she was, oh man, every time she's on screen is just fantastic.
You know, it's interesting because Elizabeth Moss, to me, like during her introduction and a little bit before her doppelganger enters the room, like I thought to myself she could have been played by anyone. And since I'm not too familiar with Elizabeth Moss, you know, I was like, oh, maybe she is just anyone. But then the moment that convinced me, like I said before, that
When she got stabbed.
when she was no, I mean, like even then I was kind of like, oh, whatever. But it was the scream that convinced me that she was the only one that could bring out that kind of emotion in that role.
She will win an Oscar within the next 10 years, I imagine, if not sooner.
Yeah.
She needs to get some good movies.
But yeah, I think she was too short in the role for me to really remember her, other than a few bits. But
How long do you think she shot for that movie? Maybe 2 days?
Yeah. I think she had to been 2 days.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
Are you a fan?
yeah, I thought she was perfect for that. And especially the chemistry with her and the husband. I mean, they were, it kind of, okay. So you know how Red came about and says, I didn't want Abraham. Unfortunately, you know, our tethered, the tethered characters above ground married, got together, and underground she was forced to marry this guy, you know. I think it when I watched it the second time around, it occurred to me, it's like, that's funny because it's probably reversed for her. Both Elizabeth Moss' character and the husband hate each other. You can tell the first time they're on screen, it's like, oh, I hate you, like, you know. And I think that it's reversed for the tethered. I think maybe that they actually like each other. So that's kind of like the flip upside down type of situation.
We'll go into the tethered stuff in a little bit when we start talking about
I hope you have
questions.
stuff because I have no idea what to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. This movie has a lot of questions.
Yeah, it
But-
does. And
But
that's when my grapes come in.
the amount of time she's on screen is, I mean, she's
She makes value of it.
more
than anybody else
Her
in the
character her family is pretty much. I don't know how to explain it. She's the vessel maybe to show, because you right now you think, oh, okay,
She's the foundation of that family.
you think it's just Adelaide's family that's just got the doubles, and then they're kind of just now they're pushing the story forward that there's more doubles.
Yeah.
Oh, fun fact: the twins,
Actual twins.
Wow.
they played Emma, Ross and Rachel's daughter, in Friends.
What? No way.
Ooh, I did not know that.
Oh, that's really cool. That's a cool fact.
I didn't click on their profiles because I was like,
I don't know.
I need to get to Will's house.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool fact, though. I like that.
And I like the use of the Beach Boys song.
Yeah,
That was really good.
That was fun. So we got Tim Heidecker playing Elizabeth Moss's husband, Josh Tyler / Tex. Oh, and then Elizabeth Moss's character is named Dahlia in the.
Oh, is that why she had marks on her face?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess they're kind of making a.
I didn't
homage
catch that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow.
But
Maybe I gotta
Tim
see it every
Heidecker
time.
is from Tim and Eric.
Yeah.
Awesome show, great job.
Show.
My favorite midnight show.
There,
My brain is loony.
Yeah.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's wild.
I've seen clips of it. I haven't
It's
watched a
just-
full episode. I've seen clips.
It's so wild. It's like, if you want to know what my comedy, like my brain is like, watch that show.
I've enjoyed the stuff that I've seen briefly.
And if you didn't know this, he's also part of the MCU.
As who?
He was the whaleboat captain in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Oh, really?
He's in the MC universe.
I didn't
baby.
see it. So we had a whole horror movie full of MCUs.
Yep.
Elizabeth Moss, get on that. Get on that.
Mm-hmm. And then what? Here's another fun fact about Tim Heidecker. He was stabbed twice by his friend when his friend was high on PCP.
Oh shit.
Wow. Holy crap.
Glad he survived.
Yeah,
Did you
no
like him
kidding.
in the movie? he felt misplaced.
He was very out of place. I don't understand that.
His tethered was like whack. I didn't like his.
Oh yeah, I didn't like his tether at all.
It seemed like he was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a bad guy.
or
Yeah.
I thought he did fine. Like, he wasn't memorable. He did his job,
Yeah.
right, as the drunk husband, or wanting to get drunk husband. But the tethered was just so out there. I was like, what are you doing? Why
Was-
are you...
Was the reason why he looked so bad because Elizabeth Moss looked so good? Because they had equal screen time, basically.
yeah.
But she just killed whatever she did, and he just kind of, yeah.
Well,
He
I feel like
was-
Elizabeth Moss is a better actor.
She carried it.
Yeah, of course.
She
Yeah.
carried them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what you said. Well, she cared, and Tim did. I think he was just there.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really given much to do in the first place, so I'm pretty sure his.
Yeah, he was just a throwaway character. I think
Yeah.
maybe he knew that, and he was like, I'm not going to do much.
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
going to be fun.
He did just enough for him to serve his purpose, but that's about it.
Yeah. And then we got Shadi Wright Joseph playing Zora, the daughter, and Evan
Mhm.
Alex Jason. Oh,
Mhm.
Evan Alex playing Jason.
So just real quick, I just want to mention this because I always bitch about kids.
She's playing young Nala, by the way, in the
Oh, is she?
upcoming Lion King movie.
I'm very happy with that. This
Watch Lion King.
I haven't seen it yet.
This is the first time, not the first time.
No,
but
wait. I lied. I have seen it, but the tape broke.
This is
Because it's too good.
So right when Simba starts growing up, I haven't seen anything after this.
Oh, man.
so. This is the first time on this podcast where I say I love the kids. I think they were great.
They did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, even the youngest boy, I thought he did everything right. I think he
Wait,
transcended my.
this is the first time you've liked kids in a movie?
No, the first time on this podcast.
Oh,
I liked
okay.
kids before.
I was
but-
going to say, did you... Oh, what was that movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey
Oh,
Maguire?
brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girl.
The
was
girl on
good.
that was like
Yeah.
the best I've ever seen, I think.
Some of the best kid actors I've seen, unfortunately, are in foreign films, and I have been blown away by their natural abilities.
Life is hard.
Yeah.
None of the Jurassic Park kids.
Hell no. Absolutely not.
None of the
But these two kid actors were great to me. Like, I was so happy that they were talented.
Yeah.
I was so glad.
I thought the daughter was better than the son, though. The son,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kind of simple.
Yeah.
Ugh, okay, we'll talk about Tethered later. I just had a thought
I think
about
the,
son.
I like that they weren't treated as kids.
Yeah.
They were kind of treated as young adults in a way. Especially the whole car scene where she's driving, like, no, and then they went on the whole, I have a high kill count, it almost seemed like the parents were kind of not as parents, but they were kind of friends in a way, best friends.
I didn't like that scene. if we're running away from murderers, you are not driving, I'm driving. It was a waste of time.
Yeah.
They had to put white people's stupidity in there.
I guess so.
That's what came off of it when I saw that.
Yeah.
But I do like that scene, and I do like that the characters the kids aren't kids.
Mm-hmm.
Even from like the beginning of the movie, they're not annoying like the Jurassic Park kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so Jordan Peele gave some homework to his actors, and I don't know all of these movies,
Yeah.
but I'm sure you probably know all of them. We'll see. So the homework he gave them was to watch Dead Again. Have you seen that?
Then again.
No?
I have not seen that.
91. The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen that.
Yeah.
The Babadook.
Yeah. I love
I
that.
hate it in a good way. Like, I fucking hate that movie.
It Follows. Have you?
Oh,
I gotta rewatch it.
Mm.
Gotta rewatch
that's
it.
a good movie.
A Tale of Two Sisters.
Oh,
I heard of it.
scary movie.
I don't think I've seen it. though.
Scary.
Is it? I've never watched it. The Birds. Well,
Oh,
You
yeah.
know. classic.
Mhm.
Funny Games.
Oh, God, that movie's so messed up.
Is it? What's that about?
Okay, so it's basically about these two demented teenage boys who pick a family while they're on vacation, and they pretty much terrorize the crap out of them.
Oh, okay.
And eventually, well, I mean, I guess I won't spoil unless you guys want to watch it.
I don't want to watch
But-
it.
I don't care.
I don't care.
Fine.
It's not happy or pleasant in the slightest.
Oh, okay.
It is this down spiral of depression.
Is it as nuts as Hard Candy?
Oh God.
It's Funny
Oh
Games
my
is a better
God.
movie,
Yeah.
and
We'll never
but
see
Hard
again.
Candy has a different kind of intensity.
Mm-mm. Martyrs,
Oh, geez, that's even worse.
2008.
That's even worse. That's oh my god.
Now I know why they're all messed up.
That is a
There's
worse.
some good movies. Jordan Peele.
God, that
And the fact that
movie-
Randall has seen all these movies,
not all of them.
now I know
but-
why he makes sad, sad recommendations.
Martyrs. Okay, I don't recommend it, but I can't deny that it does things so effectively.
Really?
Yeah, but I will never ever see it again. Yeah.
So it's in the Darren Aronofsky category. Most of his movies, I don't know if I can watch them again.
Yeah. Definitely. Mother. Yeah, that's a tough one to get through.
Okay, let's see. Let the Right One In. One of my favorite.
Oh, that's a great one. Yes.
It's probably my top 3 vampire movies.
It's great. I love it.
So good. That swimming pool scene.
Oh,
Ah,
dude.
I never watched the remake because I just didn't want.
No, yeah, you
That
gotta
too,
watch
like,
that
messed my mind.
original Dutch
The original
version,
is
man.
so good.
Yeah.
If there's a watch that, guys.
Does it beat the Strangers 2 pool scene?
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it beat that?
Let the Right One In. It just the whole
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
the whole movie's just good. It's just like
Yeah.
there's a quietness to it,
It's the only thing I remember.
and when it gets violent, it's like almost beautiful.
Yeah, and it's so subtle in its details, and it's so subtle in its storytelling.
And when it gets gory,
Brilliant.
it gets hella gory.
Yeah.
Is it gory like High Tension gory?
I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say that. I think it's more just because so much is restrained from the audience that when it finally happens, you're like, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I can describe it.
And then the last movie is The Sixth Sense, which is I don't know why. Why would that?
I think it's the paranoia.
Is it?
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I
But-
think so too.
Because I can see the birds as the movie is an apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
Good homework to give to his actors.
Oh,
Sixth
yeah.
Sense, there's paranoia.
It makes sense if you think about the movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What I know about it, Randall seems to have watched more than.
But actually, no, Randall, if you look back at, I know you were talking about the pace of the movie. If you watch The Sixth Sense, it's a similar pace.
Yeah.
Very slow.
slow reveal.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta rewatch Sixth Sense. I gotta rewatch all these movies. That's what my current mission is, to rewatch a lot of them.
So fun fact: Jordan Peele plays the Funhouse narrator.
Really?
Yeah.
I was wondering
That
if
was
he
him.
had some small cameo. That's so cool.
Let's talk about this 11/11 thing. So the ambulance has 11/11 on
Yep.
it. The score at the baseball game. What else?
Does anyone know what that Bible verse means?
Oh yeah,
What
I have it
says?
right here.
Because I read it like after the movie was done.
Okay, Jeremiah 11:11. Therefore, thus saith the Lord: Behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
It's kind of like Rorschach's response to everyone in Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just something I thought of.
I was gonna just do my Rorschach impression, but I decided
Did
not
I
to.
ruin it? You can still do it.
whisper, no.
Yeah. I think it was smart for him to put that Bible verse in there because it matches the movie and
Yeah,
it matches the
Totally, it's like the summary of what the movie kind of
Yeah.
is.
And I like it. It didn't feel like too
What-
force-handed. Or
But why
whatever.
do you think he did the 11/11 all over? Just to make it fun for the audience?
No, because the same thing.
Because it's part of the world.
yeah.
So it's like as it's unfolding, this Jeremiah 11 thing is just kind of being intertwined into the, the soup that is the story.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
okay,
what
that
I
makes
think.
sense.
Yeah. Well, did you have any thoughts about the Bible verse in the
No.
movie? No.
How about the homeless guy that like, did he see it coming? Like, what was his deal? Because he's the first to die, right?
Yeah, he's the first in the line of.
Because that guy on the beach was
That was
his tethered.
Yeah. I don't think he saw it.
You didn't see it coming. You think he just was some crazy, like, kind of handsome 70s dude? And
I
then-
think it was the typical like 80s wacko on the on a carnival pier.
That's how I took it too. I didn't
But maybe
think
he did see it. Maybe
Yeah.
he was.
Yeah.
Maybe he knew that this was. I didn't know what the Bible verse was. I assumed it was something apocalyptic. But yeah.
So the song, I got 5 on it.
By
That's
Michael
like,
Abels.
yeah,
Such a great rendition.
Loonies, good Loonies song. But the term comes from paying half for a dime bag, which back then was $10. Just for all you weed heads out there, you probably already knew that. But for all you Christian folk that could quote Jeremiah for me before I even read it, that's what I got 5 on it means. And then my last little bit of trivia is the Hands Across America scene in the movie.
Oh yeah.
There's a VHS copy of Chud on the on a shelf.
Yep.
Which is a movie about occult science, about subterranean creatures living in the tunnels, which is what kind of this movie involved.
Yeah.
Which gets us to our next point.
Wait. One last one.
Okay.
Remember when they're walking on the pier, right?
Oh man, I was doing a killer transition right now, man.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
Never mind.
Do it.
So when she goes, I think they're filming a movie by the pier. They're filming The Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
She's like, do you want to be an extra in it?
I have one little like early complaint with it, and this is about the scene we're just talking about. Is when you have that beautiful shot of the TV and the VHS tapes, and the TV says 1986. All of that information is great. It's visually, we receive the information visually. There's no complaints with it. And then when it transitions to the carnival, they have the need for some reason to put 1986 like as a subtitle thing. And I was wondering to myself, why would they give us the same information twice?
They didn't have to, right?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the first way was like a nice like,
Yes.
oh cool.
Yes.
But they had to like spit it in your face.
Yeah, see, some things like that really annoy me because
I think it might be because people nowadays can't. That's their version of handing it over.
Yeah. Would you have preferred like a type text with a
No,
black
I
screen?
would have.
The year is 1986.
I would have preferred no subtext. I would have left that shot the way it is.
Well, you're like a seasoned film watcher. Like a lot of people watching this movie are like dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like dumb like stupid, but like
They don't see it
dumb
like we
movie
do.
watchers. They they don't have that critical eye.
Something that bothered me, and I didn't necessarily think it was
So let's
good to put it in there.
let's talk about the tethered now, because I have a lot of issues with them.
Yes,
It's
please.
like, why were they? Who? Why? I don't know. Who made them? Who made them?
just like me
Where
yesterday.
are they? Where are the people that made them?
So Red said that the government made them
To
supposedly.
control the people above ground.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weak like. Okay, so
It
when the
is.
movie started, they have this subterranean people thing that puts it into your mind, and then when they appear, you're like, okay, these are the underground people, but they.
It's like they're mimicking everything anyone's doing, but in a laboratory.
It seemed like he had a big
Yeah.
budget idea, and then they're like, no, we're only giving you like, what was that, 22 million?
20 million.
And it's like, oh man, I need 100 million to pull this off.
Yeah.
Cause like, even like, so like a down escalator just holds them all in there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, why is it at the carnival?
See,
Yeah, that didn't
that's
make
what,
sense.
Like, I have all these questions that like, I can't even say them, cause it's like, what,
Yeah.
why,
no, see,
what?
That's my thing too. Like, why was it? If these tethered are supposed to be down there for generations upon generations, as Red said, why is it so easy to find access to the outside world?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense why no one escaped there sooner, or even why a little child didn't find the little fun house sooner, other than when Adeline finally did.
Like in my head, I was thinking of like, the entrance should be like some kind of like Last Crusader, like, you know, like at least a passcode or something, or like
Yeah.
a scary bridge to get there.
Yeah.
But it's just like an escalator and like
Yeah.
nice lights, and then you're in like this nice little like subterranean like warehouse area.
Yeah, it's too easy. It's far too easy.
Like how vast is it? I need like a visual to know like how intense this underground civilization
Yeah.
is, you know?
Exactly.
And by the way, I just know about like when you eat rabbits, you can die from eating rabbits because they don't have enough sustenance for the human body.
Mm-hmm.
You can starve to death by eating a diet of rabbit.
Wow.
So like, right when I saw that, I was like, ugh, dumb.
Yeah.
You can't survive, especially if you're 6'5".
210 pounds.
No, he's probably more than. He's probably like 250.
Dude, that guy's massive, man.
Yeah, he can't be eating just rabbits.
Yeah, exactly.
He's probably eating some people.
Plus, too, I wondered where did that vast supply of rabbits came from?
What are the rabbits eating? These
Yeah.
are questions I have.
Yeah, I think the movie does most things right, but it doesn't do enough effort to answer these obvious questions. It doesn't even disguise the questions very well either. It's just kind of very blatant, and the audience can pick up on these mistakes, as I would call them, very easily.
Your thoughts, Will, on the tethered?
This one's hard to talk about.
It is.
It's
I enjoyed what they represented,
yeah.
but they didn't give me enough information to
Yes.
I thought it
fully,
was
like-
gonna. I thought
Yes.
going in it was gonna be like the evil doppelgangers type of situation, but the whole controlling people above ground with duplicates underground. I didn't understand that, but if you look at it as a 2-hour Twilight Zone movie, it kind of makes sense. That's
Yeah.
what I got out of the whole thing.
like if they dialed it down a bit and just made like the town they were in just had evil clones.
That's what I. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, how, is it all of the United States?
Yeah.
Like, how are they?
Unless those tunnels run from one end to the country to the other.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But like that would have been more believable, and that would have still been fun if it was just
Yes.
that town. Like they did like some kind of like alien scan and like copied everybody, and then they escaped. I would have fun with that.
Oh yeah.
But that's handing it off to the audience. I don't know why he didn't. For this one, he didn't hand it over.
Yeah, could have been just California. Like
Yeah.
like just California got everyone has evil twins.
Yeah. I agree. I think when he expanded when it revealed how massive this group was, I think that's when the movie started to fall apart for me. And the questions just became more and more apparent. And the movie obviously didn't have answers, not in that ambiguous way,
Yeah.
but just in that way where it's like, oh, I don't know, just sit down and don't think about it kind of way.
Yeah.
I needed like the Matrix scene when like Neo wakes up and he sees all the pods,
Mm-hmm.
and then he gets like goes on that fun slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of needed. Like I was expecting it to happen, and when I didn't get it, I was kind of angry.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "What? That's too much questions."
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So like, what did you guys think about the mimicked, the tethered, like the movements? They copy what like. It's part of the questions.
Oh, the whole like that whole carnival scene where they're like pretending they're in a ride and shaking.
Like, how do they move independently? And then like that last scene with the two boys, where the tethered boy has no control over his body. He just walks into the fire.
See that stuff is weird. Like, how come?
That was unnecessary, I think.
Yeah, why is the boy only being controlled? Why doesn't Lupita's character get controlled the same way, or the father, or Zora's character?
Because they never showed each other mimicking their moves, right?
Yeah,
Until that boy scene.
Yeah, like why only him? Is that his special ability? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
Will has nothing. I can't think.
okay, I won't ask you when you're just quiet.
I think maybe. I think since he and the mom had such a good connection, maybe they are like how both Red and Addie, they were, special, and then that's how she somehow got out. Maybe the boy is special, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it was part of the script.
Yeah.
That kid was that little dog boy was poorly played. Like they should have utilized him a little bit better.
Yeah. As soon as they revealed themselves and I saw what they were wearing, I was like, it's like cheap Halloween costumes. Like, I'm not looking forward to Halloween because everyone's going to be wearing
that.
one glove and a jumpsuit.
Right. That also brought me up the question: where did they get all the scissors? The exact same pair of scissors. Where did they make all
Where'd
those
the jumpsuits come
The
from?
exact same jumpsuits.
She sewed them all by hand.
That's a lot of jumpsuits. I mean, it's like questions like these that go unanswered, and I feel like the script didn't have.
The only thing I can
reasonable
think of is
answers.
maybe we don't need them answered.
Like, I kind of feel like Jordan Peele is going for like an old boy thing. You know how like at the end they're in the classroom and then Like it was like what?
Oh yeah.
But it didn't like it. I didn't wet hard enough where I would be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You've seen Old Boy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
From 2003, I think.
It's like,
Was
oh
it
my
2003?
god, what this guy's fucking.
There's a
twisted.
remake?
Yeah, the one with Josh Brolin
Oh god, we don't talk about
and
that.
Elizabeth Olsen.
Wait, there's a remake?
Mm-hmm.
Of
Dude, the remake for
It's-
the
it's-
backstory is hilarious.
It's worth watching just for the single cut fight scene. 'Cause
I gotta
I'm
see
like,
this.
yeah.
I love that scene. Father. That's the most hilarious part. I'm like, this isn't intense at all. It's hilarious.
I was shaking my head watching that. I was like, oh god.
And like he looks at the shotgun and his first reaction is to like start taking off his pants. Father. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, we can have a conversation about that another day for
yeah.
like 12 hours.
We'll do like a bad remake episode.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah?
Should write that down.
But what were you talking about with us? What was the last thing we said?
It's just
Crap.
too many questions.
Yeah,
Too many
yeah,
questions.
yeah.
And it's like I can't even voice the questions because
I
it's
know.
like oh what? Huh?
Will is silent because Will can't fucking think.
Yeah.
So like
I'm just trying to figure out something. I mean, I get some certain plot points, but the whole ending, I don't understand.
Yeah.
The only thing that I love about that ending is first Diana Ross's song, and then the little dance that the little showdown dance that they have with each other.
yeah.
That was cool.
Did
Oh,
you
the dance fight was actually really good.
did you like the reveal that the tethered was the one that escaped and was
No,
You didn't like it?
no.
Would you have liked it better if it was just them killing tethereds?
Yeah. I don't like it makes me not like the character. It makes me feel pathos for Red.
Mm-hmm.
Because her life was taken away
Yeah.
by this duplicate.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So does that mean? I mean, I don't think there's ever going to be a sequel to this movie. But does that mean this new Red, or the duplicate that's above ground?
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean she's just gonna go on with the rest of her life? Like that's like when she was telling the son, everything's gonna go back to normal. Like that's what threw me off too. It's
Sets up us too when the family finds out that she's been tethered the whole time.
Definitely the boy knows that look he gave her at the end of the movie.
It's like, ooh.
Like,
sure.
bitch, you ain't my daddy or my mommy.
My
But,
mom
like,
and daddy.
It makes me feel for the rest of the tethered people because they can be human,
Yeah.
but they've been forced to be subterranean.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the heartbreaking thing about it. When you think about the characters that are shown on screen and you think about the twist or just what these doppelgangers went through, it's very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And they become sympathetic rather than scary villains, really. And that's what I think people can get out of it upon a second viewing, or if they just think about it like how you and I did, Brandon. Then Will obviously has a better grasp on it because he has had the pleasure of watching it twice.
Yeah. To go deeper in this frame of thought, would you think this movie is about how we idolize celebrities?
No.
I would have to think about it. That never occurred to me, honestly.
I'm trying to dig deeper into the why of this movie.
It didn't occur to me about celebrities, really. I think it had something to do with. I think it's
status.
Yeah.
Social status
Yeah,
is what
definitely.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I say celebrity, I'm saying people who are
I see
more
what you're
privileged
saying.
than us.
Yeah. I think
Because
it could be.
the tone, the like one of the what am I thinking?
I don't know. The tethered.
Oh.
Like one of the summaries of this, well, not summaries, but like the reason why this movie is because status, class status.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I caught that theme as well. That because they're so underprivileged.
What'd you find, Will?
So they say rabbit symbolize rebirth, which fits the intention of the tethered to start a new life. But they also mean test subjects. So there's two different things.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
rabbits, and
yeah.
we're talking about what do the rabbits mean?
It would have been cool if some of the tethered had weird growths or cybernetic enhancements. Because if the government made them, what did they make them for and what they were using them for?
Yeah.
Terrible security, by the way. Did they escape? during the government shutdown? Is my question.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, I don't gotta work here anymore.
Yeah, dude, seriously, like there's no
guard shack.
Yeah. Like they just left them underground and said, "Oh, they're not going to find the staircase."
Like
or
one
whatever.
door will seal them all.
Yeah, no kidding. But it's one of those things where it's like the questions outweigh the experience of the movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because a great movie for me is one where it does have problems, but the movie disguises those problems and inconsistencies so well
Yeah.
that you're not able to catch it unless you really, really like nitpick it.
Mm-hmm.
But this movie didn't disguise the inconsistencies very well at all to
Yeah,
me.
it's like it's plain in front of you, and they don't say anything. They don't explain it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Walking out of the movie is like that's probably the one thing I felt most. Like I enjoyed it. I was happy, but I was very frustrated.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But going back to the twist, because, you know, honestly, I kind of wish if they were going to commit to that twist, and I feel like that was a Jordan Peele thing, like he really wanted it in there.
Yeah.
I think that they should have revealed that sooner instead of playing it like we didn't see it coming, because
Well, it's a classic
plot-
trope of horror movies to have the
Yeah.
twist right at the end, right?
Right. But to me, I mean, like, just what the movie's about, and you're gonna add that twist, it seems too obvious to me. So I wish if they were gonna do that, which they did, I wish they did it sooner.
Yeah.
They revealed it sooner.
Let's talk a little bit about the Hands Across America thing. Like,
Okay.
so before she was exchanged, or like before they switched. Well, what was it called? Or before the Red switched with Adelaide.
Yeah.
She was watching that commercial. So that. Ooh. Hello, doggy.
Found a dog.
Oh.
Hey, Lily.
Should I pause?
We found a dog.
I'll
We found
pause.
a dog. Oh, did I catch everything?
No.
Oh.
He paused it.
This is me leaving the podcast because I gotta go take care of my dog. Sorry.
No. Well,
Well,
let's.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, keep it paused.
unless he
Keep it-
barks. Unless he
Well,
barks.
let me get your thoughts on the Hands Across America
Yeah, we can
question.
wait. We can wait.
Oh,
until
God.
we come back or whatever. Oh, okay, I guess we
Like
can.
why?
Well,
like
let him
we talked
bark.
about how like
He'll be fine.
that's probably the last thing that's in her mind before she gets taken.
Yeah.
So she obsesses over that.
Right.
But why do that with all the clones or the tethereds
Yeah.
I think it's just a form of.
I think it's a
revenge.
I guess it's a message.
that she won, that she like escaped?
Yeah. But you have an entire countrywide
Yeah.
public display. I mean, we don't know what's going on in the other places, but
Like, what did she teach them? Once they kill their originals, do they just stand in line?
that's what I was
forever?
thinking. Is like, do they just stand there until they die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have no more meaning because they're no longer tethered?
Mhm.
Is there tether? You know, do they not exist? Do they exist differently now because
Yeah.
they're no longer tethered?
I think it is that what you said, that they exist differently now, because like Red said that it's or even the newscaster said it was a form of protest. So I think that this is like the first step to the tethered getting what they want, to becoming part of society that they were rejected from. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah. Is it a new beginning?
Yes.
You know, since we're talking about the whole status thing, so like once they create they destroy their makers, what do they do now? Is this the fresh start? The Hands Across America? Is this them like declaring that they're taking over?
I think so.
How long would it take for everyone to hold hands across the nation?
Oh. The more I think about, killing everyone, I think that at some point, California or just most of the United States will get nuked
Yeah.
just to prevent, this, I guess, this killing spree by killing everything else. I don't know.
It says Hands Across America was essentially became a feel-good distraction for America at a time when homelessness was steadily becoming an epidemic thanks to President Ronald Reagan's policies.
Wow.
So we resent him standing there grabbing hands like he's part of the effort to eliminate homelessness and hunger. So how does that connect to this movie? Is it a somewhat similar distraction that they're trying to do, or are they taking what that concept is and making a statement?
I think it's the latter.
Do you think it's Jordan Peele making a statement about his movie being a distraction from the injustices that's happening right now in society?
Could be. I mean, Hollywood, right? They want to do that kind of message. I mean, very possible. Very possible.
Am I trying to dig deep on shallow ground? Is my question.
No, I think there is a deeper message behind it,
Yeah.
and because Jordan Peele, just with his 2 films, but it's very obvious that he wants to get a message out there without cramming it down the audience's throats.
Because Get Out is about discrimination, right?
Yes.
And Us is about class structure.
Yeah.
So
And, I admire Jordan Peele for how he handles giving audiences messages.
yeah, because it's veiled within this story,
Yes.
but it's clearly displayed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he does a better job directing this than whoever directed Captain Marvel.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is this movie better than Get Out?
Not to me. I like Get Out better, honestly.
I think Get Out.
I like this one more.
Wow.
You know why? Because I like slow-paced movies. Like
Mhm.
when I left the theater, my heart was still pounding.
Mm.
I liked this slow, the build up, and like when she does that walking back, like when they were doing the dance fight.
Yeah.
How that was slow. That wasn't a
Yeah.
it built up. It was slow. When the daughter's running away from her tethered.
Mhm.
That was a slow.
That wife beater guy gets it.
Yeah.
Poor
Oh,
fucking-
yeah.
So by the way,
His
yeah.
tether doesn't get the opportunity to kill himself.
he gets chopped. I think he gets his dick chopped off.
You think that's what happens?
Because she goes in that, in that
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
and he's like, oh! And that's when I went. When I saw it the second time around, I was like, oh my god, that's what happened.
I took it as she just stabbed him in the gut, but I didn't see it a second time, so I don't know.
Who sharpens those scissors?
See,
think
another question that we
maybe they
don't
have
know
someone
the
that-
answer to.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a scissor sharpener. I don't know.
The scissors. Amazon.
The reason why
Bulk
I like,
order. Scissors. Amazon killed America.
I want to know where you get those scissors because those
Yeah.
are cool scissors.
Yeah. Well, we'll see them on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
Like-
the reason why I like Get Out more is because, like I said before, Get Out disguised the problems and inconsistencies so well.
It's better organized.
Yes, and that's the reason why I like it more. Where I feel like Us is a little bit more messier.
He was trying to punch up, and I don't think he had enough budget to
Mm-hmm.
do so.
But by no means is this a bad movie. It's
It's
a really
not.
good movie.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable.
What was the budget for Get Out though? Was it more?
Probably like 15 million.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Not too sure what the budget was.
How much does Catherine?
Oh god. It was 4.5 million.
That's it.
Oh okay.
Wow.
Okay, I remember the actors in that movie did not make much money at all, from what I remember reading.
Well, yeah, they did it for the
Alright.
craft, and they friggin' nailed it, man.
So next movie, 100 million. If we're gonna go by the scale,
Yeah,
just times it by 5 every time.
yeah. Either way, I'm glad that Jordan Peele is making money off of this film.
Yeah, he's
Because
an up and comer.
Yes, I think he's so good.
He's
at what
talented.
He does, yeah. That even though I have my complaints with Us, I want this movie to succeed.
Do you want a
tremendously.
No.
sequel?
No, not a sequel. I want another
sequel?
movie from him, but not a sequel.
I don't think we're gonna get a movie for a while because of the whole Twilight Zone thing.
Yeah, he's booked up
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that.
Um,
I'm sure the Twilight Zone will give him like brilliant ideas.
yeah, I think he'll have more creative.
Like his third movie is probably going to be killer.
Mm-hmm. But is there what else is on the list? Do you have?
Just stupid stuff.
This one was hard to talk about.
It
I
is.
like the movie, seeing it twice, but
Even me, I'm kind of like struggling to
Yeah.
to talk about things like off the bat.
Let's finish this off with favorite scene, least favorite scene, favorite actor, least
Okay.
favorite actor, and then
Favorite
we'll do ratings after that.
My favorite scene is the red monologue.
oh,
That was so creepy and so effective.
That
yeah.
was really good.
I loved it. But that's my favorite scene.
Mm-hmm.
Least favorite.
Least favorite would be what would be my least favorite scene? I think my least favorite scene is when. The kind of like the flashback when you see Red walking slowly up the escalator and finding it, because then it just nailed so many more questions for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh god, this makes no sense. That's my least favorite scene. But favorite actor, definitely Lupita. She was so fantastic and so good. To me, she stole the show. So Lupita is my favorite actor from the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it? Was that all the questions?
Least favorite actor.
Least favorite actor.
Tim Heidecker.
Yeah, the drunk husband. Definitely the drunk
I
husband.
loved him. Will?
Favorite scene?
Yeah.
Um,
I'm asking you because I can't think of one. I mean, like I can't think of
my favorite
like, a
scene
specific one.
was the.
Trying to think of a least
Shit,
favorite.
I have
scene.
two, but if I'm gonna choose, I like the reveal of the second family of doppelgangers when Beach Boy starts playing.
Yes.
That was such a. It wasn't a. It was definitely like that old time horror movie where there wasn't like a. It just panned up and they walked right out and started killing, and and then you just have a wide shot of the family dying.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have Elizabeth Moss, crawling across the floor. That scene was amazing.
I think that's my favorite.
My least favorite scene was when they were in the car and he's like, "It's a trap."
Oh yeah.
And then she like does some Terminator, like she was standing there the entire time blending with the Range Rover next to it.
Oh
and
yeah.
then she takes the kid. That was my least favorite scene.
That was a scene I was actually gonna mention as well.
Favorite actor, least favorite actor.
Favorite actor? Oh shit. My least favorite actor was Winston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Favorite Elizabeth Moss. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Most favorite Lupita, but I mean,
Yeah.
she's great overall.
Yeah.
Favorite scene for me is Elizabeth Moss dying, tied in with Dahlia putting on her makeup and doing that laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the silent laugh.
That was good.
Least favorite scene, it might be the daughter in the driver's seat saying that she'll drive. I thought that was that. I feel like it wouldn't exist in any world where that argument would happen.
Yeah.
Because if you're trying to get the fuck out of there, because people are dead,
Yeah.
you get out of there.
Oh hell yeah.
And that daughter would not be like, "Ooh, I should drive."
Yeah.
She'd be like, "No, I don't know how to drive. I'm sitting in the back seat because
Yeah.
I'm your kid.
Yeah.
You're the responsible parent, so you drive."
Yeah. Let the mom do it. She's taking charge, man. Like do it.
And that's tied with Tex. Tim
Yeah.
Heidecker's his tethered.
Oh Jesus.
Favorite actor. I really like Red. Also like Elizabeth Moss. Ty?
Okay.
No, Lupita wins. But second place is definitely Elizabeth Moss. She needs her own horror movie, I think. Remake of Scream, have her to lead.
Handmaid's Tale is pretty much a horror movie.
Isn't she
so
too old to play?
I don't know. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
The thing about Elizabeth Moss, since we're talking about her again, she's like very attractive in an original way.
Yeah.
And she's like almost not attractive, but it makes her more like better looking, I think, by her being like just kind of like having an original look to her.
She's blushing at your kind words.
Yeah. Least favorite actor. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of Winston.
He was. I don't think he was.
But
very weak.
he did a better job than Tim Heidecker's character.
Which okay, I understand that he was weak, but maybe that was the way it was written. Maybe.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
didn't
I
want the
also think
male taking the lead. You want the female.
I while I think it might have something to do with it, I don't think that's all of it. I think Jordan Peele is smart enough to just write a character story rather than having like, feminism is in now, so we have to have the female be the lead. I think Jordan Peele's smarter than that, and I think he wrote a story.
He was the Padme of this movie. I'm sorry, of episode 3.
Yeah.
That's what he felt like. But you know what? Maybe
yeah, I
because
see what you mean.
Winston's character Abraham, was it Abraham?
Abraham, yeah.
Maybe he was just.
I didn't like Abraham either, though. He was like.
I think I think
Yeah.
maybe the character itself, he is a nerdy guy that, maybe he was the nerd in high school and he's not tough. So like when he comes out of the house with the bat and tries to put on this macho voice, but at the same time, again, it could just be the way the character is written. But he was weak.
Part of the reason why I didn't enjoy Winston too is that when I went to go see the movie, I'm sure you saw my Instagram story.
I did. Oh, I was laughing.
So I had a couple on my
And
right
it ended so abruptly.
talking full blast. Couple to my left, they're whisper talking, but I could still hear them. But like all the comedic bits at the beginning, I didn't laugh because I was having two conversations going on between, next to me.
Yeah.
I was going crazy. And like I was at the perfect height too. You know when you have that perfect roll where you can just look forward.
Yeah.
And you can see everything.
Yeah.
I was on that roll, and it was nice. And then these couples showed up late. Both of them sat next to me and just talked throughout the whole movie. And just because it's a scary movie, it doesn't give you license to just chat with your girlfriend or boyfriend the whole time. Like, and like I even asked the girl, I was like, "Oh, you're being kind of loud," and she was like, "I'm sorry, I'm just bad at scary movies."
Were they old?
No, they're
Stupid
young.
young millennials?
No, they're like my age.
Oh.
We're millennials, but like I have respect to the sanctity of watching a movie for the first time. Where like, you're not in your living room and they're like talking. Like the first time Red talked, the girl to my right, she was like, "Oh, that bitch thirsty.
What?
She thirsty."
See,
Really?
this is why I side with Spielberg. Netflix is ruining the movie experience.
And-
You're not in your fucking living room. You're fucking in the theater where people pay money to watch. You should shut the fuck up and watch the goddamn movie.
I agree.
I was in my
Sorry.
recliner seat. I put it up. I sat forward. They kept talking. I looked at them. They kept talking.
Oh my god.
So finally, I got up.
Jesus.
What scene was it? It was when they're escaping to the white family's house. I got up. I went to the very front row, the worst row ever,
Yeah.
and I sat there and I enjoyed the rest of the movie because it was quiet. But I was so upset, and that's part of the reason why I maybe didn't like Winston Duke's character. Like that scene when he's sitting on the bed and he's taking up the whole bed. And he's trying to be romantic, and like I was like, oh, that's cool, and then like, stupid conversations going on next to me, man.
That's so messed up.
Dumb.
I hate it when people do that.
It's now. I mean, you get the typical person now. Once in a while they're either talking to the screen or they're laughing really loud.
That's fine.
Yeah,
I can
but
deal
then
with
if you're
that.
having conversations, you're not in your living room.
Yes.
Just because you're in a
Yes.
Lazy Boy and you paid $17 doesn't give you the right to fucking talk through a movie.
And this is part of the reason why I pretty much only go to midnight premieres. It's because people that go to midnight premieres or like late premieres, they respect the movie, they love the
Exactly.
movie, and they'll be quiet.
You don't have the dumbasses that go at like 4 in the afternoon thinking that,
Yeah.
oh, let's go watch us because everyone else is watching it. But if you don't like scary movies, why are you there? That's just like people who, I give props to young parents and some parents who have babies, but don't bring your baby to a horror movie and make them cry throughout the whole thing and ruin it for
real.
everyone.
There were children sitting behind me.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Yeah, don't
Like,
bring your kids to horror movies unless
there are
they
people
want
who-
to go.
There were people straight up getting murdered in that movie, and like,
Those kids are
they
desensitized.
they don't
give a
need to be
shit.
seeing that, But
Oh man, if I was in that position, I would have snapped at that. I was like,
I was about to snap. I had to walk away. If
I would have
didn't-
been like, I did not pay. How much did you pay? I would not pay almost $20 for you to talk.
Yeah, seriously.
I didn't pay anything. I used my movie pass. Still works.
Oh, you still have Movie Pass?
Yeah, I stuck with it, man. Because
Shit.
Movie Pass gave me so much when they had unlimited movies. I watched lots of movies. I watched half of movies, walked out because I just wanted to be in AC. So I've
It's okay.
stuck with them through the tough times because I've gotten more than the amount of money I put in and given them. But like seriously, the last movie I watched before this, I watched How to Train Your Dragon last week. Good movie, by the way.
I'm gonna.
But before that was Assassination Nation. Do you remember that coming out
yeah.
last
Oh
year?
yeah.
That was the last time I
woke
used.
version of Purge.
Did you watch it?
No, not yet. But
I
it's
actually-
on Hulu, I think.
It was fun. I wouldn't. It's probably on the same level as Us, where like I enjoyed watching it. I think it was actually better than. I don't know. Maybe we'll save that for because you haven't seen it either, right?
Which one is this?
Assassination Nation.
No, I still gotta watch it.
It's like it's a woke version of The Purge.
Yeah, I kind of yeah. You guys should watch it and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. But yeah, I'm cool with Movie Pass for now. They're giving me 3 movies.
I never had issues with it. I mean, because I never signed up.
Yeah.
Because it was like a really long wait list, and I thought, nah, never mind. And then the whole thing went.
Yeah, I went south, and now they're recovering. Like I can actually watch movies now.
Yeah.
Because for like months I couldn't watch anything, but I got to watch Us.
That's why I go to the Kapolei Theater. Pay $8.50 for a movie.
The crappy Kapolei Theater.
Yeah. No, it's not that crappy. I mean, no recliner seats, but it's cheap, and you don't get
pick your seat.
Yeah. You don't have reserved seating, but
it kind of upsets me, the reserved seating thing, because like sometimes I'm forced to sit in crappy seats.
Yeah.
And like people aren't there yet, and it's like I could have sat there.
I had that problem where I don't like the recliner seats. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, they're just comfortable enough where I won't say anything, but they're still not super comfortable. Let's do ratings.
Yeah.
2 out of 4.
2 out of 4?
Wow, really? Okay.
2 out of 4.
I give it a 3.
Same. I gave it 3 stars.
Yeah.
I give it 3 stars.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for my reasoning, like
barely a 3 though. It could be a 2.8, and I'd be cool with that still.
I give it a 3 only because it did so many things right, and the inconsistencies were enough to bother me.
Yeah, and I support Jordan Peele. I want him
Yeah.
to keep going at it, so I want this thing to be a success.
Yeah, but I can't deny the things that the movie did right, and for that I give it a 3-star.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, to me, it wasn't boring at all.
Like the death, like everyone who died, it looked cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like watching a slasher film.
I gave it a 2 out of 4, but not because I hated it. I think it's because I think he tried to capture what he did with Get Out, and it didn't for this movie. But
Play out.
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
The pacing, the tension, the acting, the chemistry, the storyline, minus the Made in America or whatever the fuck it is. I think that was great. That gives it the 2.5 out of 4. But I don't. It's not as. Yeah. I saw it twice because I needed to see it. I had to see it twice because I didn't understand the first time.
Was it worth watching it twice?
No. Seeing it the second time around, I mean, I picked up on a lot of stuff, but it wasn't. I mean, when I saw it the first time, it was me and 3
Not
other
like Fight
people.
Club where you got to watch it like
10
10 times and you enjoy all 10
Everyone
times.
was getting up when they were doing that Diana Ross song, and it was the helicopter shot. People were getting up and leaving already. They weren't waiting to see the reveal. And that kind of gave me, I was like, oh, okay, so maybe that's the type of movie it is right now. But seeing it a second time didn't do anything for me. I probably won't see it again.
Yeah, it was enough to, like, as I was exiting, like I said earlier, is like, okay, that's cool. I don't have to watch it again because you can just kind of remember the order of the movie.
But he did everything correct.
Yes.
There were so many horror cliches in there that you wouldn't give to a black character that he did, but didn't follow through, like Adelaide getting out of the car. And then unfortunately you have to Winston go, oh yeah, you get out of the car, and then she walks around and goes sees the tethered daughter. Like those kind of things, and just the pacing. That was, I liked that he did that correctly. He nailed it to the T.
Yeah.
Umbre was the tethered daughter.
Umbre,
and Pluto was the tethered son.
Oh, the one scene, shit. Can I take back my favorite scene?
Yeah.
Change it, yeah.
Okay, my favorite scene is when she comes out and she sees Umbre dying in the trees. She's basically seeing her, even though it's not her daughter, but she's seeing her daughter.
No, it is her daughter, though.
Oh, yeah, I guess. She's seeing her daughter die in front of her.
Yeah.
And just the effect that the rest of the movie, I like that. That was such a great emotional experience right there.
Hearing you say that just made me more upset that I don't know how these clones were made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand. So how,
Yeah.
It could have been like just a shot of like some bags with some juice coming out of it, and then you just see a person jump out. I would have been like, oh, cool, okay, now I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and it makes me angry.
Yeah, and it's not in that I don't know way where, you crave pandering explanation, but it's just a way that you want some sort of stability for the movie's sake.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
It's kind of like my ex-girlfriend. She was really mad that you never get to see V's face in V for Vendetta.
Oh.
But I told her you're not meant to see his face because
exactly.
there was no face.
Yeah.
He's not. That's not him.
Right.
He's some other being now.
Mm-hmm.
But for this movie, I needed to see it. It just
The one thing
deleted scene they'll have like.
The one thing I liked that I picked up on very early on, seeing it the first time around, that this movie is kind of similar to Gravity, where it starts off in a third act. I think the movie starts off at the end of a second act going into a third.
Yeah.
There is no beginning, middle, and end. It just starts from a middle to an end.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I picked up on.
Mm-hmm.
That this whole movie is pretty much the third act of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
There is no first act.
That makes sense. Do you guys want to comment anything about the whole status thing, the whole like class structure, and
I got nothing.
Equal treatment, or
I got nothing really.
maybe like the Untouchables in India? They're basically what the tethered are.
Yeah.
Subhuman.
I think for me personally, I think I said everything I wanted to say about Us. I think it's good. I think it really is good.
Yeah.
And I definitely recommend this movie for people to go out and watch.
If you haven't watched it, I would say watch it. But
Yeah, it's a good.
Will, who saw it twice, says don't watch it 2 times.
I mean,
You can still give a movie a 2
that's
stars,
just
so
me.
recommend
Hello,
it.
you're talking to a guy who's never seen a fucking Disney movie, so
You
or
watched it
Disney
twice, so
cartoon.
that's 4 stars.
Wow.
There we go. Okay, that's true.
4
but-
star.
Well, maybe I'll give it a 3. Just says a pity 0.5, but
A pity point. No.
a pity point. I give it a pity point because you know what? I take it back. I gave it a 3. Fuck. I don't know. This is the movie where
Are we gonna be equal for once on our ratings? Come on, Will.
No, we were equal once on Nightmare. We all gave it the
Oh,
same.
yeah.
rating.
You know what? Oh, fuck.
But that was an old movie.
I
I'm talking
can't.
about.
You know what?
We just
I
saw
give it a
it.
2 out of 4 because it's pissing me the fuck off that I have to think about it so much.
Yeah.
But it is a 4 out of 4 with pacing, cliches, horror, chemistry, and emotion. That's a great thing. But I'm giving it a 2 out of 4 because it's just one of those movies where it's not handing you on a silver platter. It's making you fucking think. And for me, my brain is pissed because I can't think of anything. My brain can't process everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I'm not a political person. I'm not a person who knows that kind of like the woke things. Like, I'm not a woke person like
That's
what a
good.
millennial will say. I don't know the social status issues that are in this movie because it doesn't pertain to me, unfortunately. It sounds messed up, but I'm not in that type of person. I'm not that type of person
Yeah.
to know that kind of stuff. So I have no idea. But going into it as a horror movie, it's hard because I'm going into it thinking that I have to look for these type of things. And that's what's distracting me from the main point of the movie, where everyone's like, "Oh man, he's doing another Get Out, where it's another social experiment, or it's talking about our America and all that kind of stuff." And I'm like, "But what if it's not? What if he made this movie because that's
just a movie.
That's why I'm giving it a 2
Exactly.
out of 4 because it's to me."
It wasn't heavy-handed enough to be a political.
Yeah,
comment.
everyone's trying to make it a political movie, and I personally don't think it is. But that's why I'm giving it a 2 out of 4. I'm giving it a 4 out of 4 for a standalone horror movie with no political ties, nothing about being woke. But unfortunately, my brain is trying to wrap around everything and trying to get into it and trying to figure things out, and I can't think of anything, so that's why I'm giving it a 2 out of 4. Hate me if you want, people who are fucking listening to this. Hate me. I dare you.
Have you seen The Island?
Oh God. I think we should wrap this up only because I'm seeing how to get you train your dragon.
Oh, you're gonna watch it?
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna finally complete that trilogy.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah.
Do you think?
So,
So we shouldn't have we don't have to recommend any movie. We'll just go on with shit.
yeah, we'll do whatever is like interesting and everybody's watching, and then we'll watch
Yeah.
it too.
Hopefully we can do the once a week thing. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the 2 weeks is a little long. But I think we should.
We got fans waiting.
We have Miley waiting.
Yeah.
We have one fan waiting.
Okay, let's end it.
So that's our thoughts on Us and all these trailers that we've seen. Next recommendation is actually unknown, but we'll type that on in the description
Or
when this video comes out.
Possibly we'll post it on Instagram or something.
Yeah. Or ask our
Okay.
one fan Miley to tell us what to recommend.
No, we have two.
We have two fans.
We have two?
We have two or three.
We have two or
one
three.
person that actually
Gabe.
responds to like
Gabe
the
is a
videos.
fan.
Yeah,
Oh
see?
yeah, I noticed Gabe watches a lot of our
Yeah.
stuff, which is
So,
kind of cool.
Yeah, we got some. Yeah, thanks for being there, guys.
And hopefully, when we get enough more episodes, we'll be on iTunes.
Let's grow this.
Yeah.
Let's grow this damn thing.
Yeah. Okay, but until next time, bye.
Ho. I don't know. Peace.
Excelsior. I have no idea.
Peace.